Manu Bhaker was on a roll at the Paris Olympics, becoming India's first woman to register a double medal win at the Paris Olympics. Manu Bhaker said that she would like to become one of the greatest sportspersons on August the 6th, and she also stated that hosting the Olympics in India would be a good boon for the nation. Now, while of course she addressed this press conference, she said that she'd like to go on to become one of the greatest, and this is just the beginning for her. Remember, the 22-year-old has scripted Olympic history by becoming the only woman to have won 2 medals in a single edition of the Games. In a matter of just 3 days, Manu Bhaker had scripted Olympic history by becoming the only woman to have won 2 consecutive bronze medals, and she in fact fell short of that hat-trick win by just a whisker, else she would have definitely gone ahead to script history. We have Rakesh Rao, senior sports journalist, joining us. Mr. Rao, thanks very much for speaking with NDTV this morning. As we see those visuals of Manu Bhaker being showered with flower petals, and she's landed, she's being blessed. I mean, it's a very heartening visual to see for, the ordinary lay person and for other aspiring sports persons, isn't it? She's after all just 22 and she's created history.
Absolutely, no question about it, and it's well deserved. And somebody who's just 22, I mean, you must remember that we are living in these worlds where for a 20-plus-year-old, there are so many attractions, so many distractions, and for somebody like her to stay focused, and especially after what she went through 3 years ago in Tokyo, and, to deal with the heartbreaks and to come back so strong. And also, she has not just won 2 medals, but also went through the baggage of finishing 4th. Trust me, in any medal sport, when you talk about finishing 4th, it's the most undesirable position to be in, most unenviable, because you can come 14th, you can come 40th, it doesn't hurt you so much. But when you finish 4th, that means you have to live with that agony. So she has been on a high twice, and then, of course, finishing 4th. But then, that is all part of your growing up. She evolved as a much stronger shooter, a very fine human being, which she's showing signs of being one. And also the very fact that she's spiritually inclined, I mean, that has helped her a great deal. Because what you see is a lot of these Indians in the last 10 days, what we have seen is they're creating opportunities to be up there with the best, but they're somewhere they're actually falling short. So this girl has actually held her nerves, and I think a lot of hard work has gone into it. So just respect that and just celebrate the moment. It is so important to do that, right?
Well, it's a historic comeback after heartbreak in Tokyo as well. And, like you said, it's very difficult to recover from a 4th position. And she fell short of that hat-trick win as she came 4th. But, give us a sense of what the road has been from Tokyo to Paris for Manu Bhaker.
Well, it was excruciating. I mean, you remember that failure there. I mean, it was not her fault. Pistols do misbehave, and it has happened with her. And to come out from there, and of course, a lot of people wrote her out because of all that early hype in her life, and for her to deal with that. Let's not forget she's so young. Why I'm saying that? Whatever that she has done is so amazing. Look at the parallel now. Look at Manika Batra. When she made it big in 2018, what we saw was she got distracted. She lost her way big time. After the hype that she got, of course, she did very well in 2018. But thereafter, there was a free fall. And again, I say that, at a certain age, you need people, you need support structure around you to make sure that you don't fall, you don't lose your way. And credit to Jaspal Rana. I mean, we all are aware that Jaspal Rana and, Manu had their share of differences, but they've put all that aside and they stayed focused, they stayed on target. So these 3 years have been a kind of, it is like you have reinvented this young shooter. It is like Manu Bhaker, version 2.0.
Yes. She became the first Indian woman to ever win an Olympic shooting medal, and then she went on to script history just 48 hours later by becoming the only to win 2 medals, in the same edition of the Games. How do you look at that 3-day feat?
I mean, it's amazing because, there are very few events where you can actually do this.
Yes.
You can do it as a swimmer, as a gymnast, as an athlete, as a table tennis player, badminton players, but not every event allows you to have, 2 medals. At least you can have a go at 2 or 3. And she actually got, she was so close to getting the 3rd one. But then anyway, 2 is great. It's unprecedented and absolutely historic. But for somebody so young, and she is a kind of person who can be the next Saina Nehwal or a Sindhu in the sense that she can actually be an icon. If she's not already one, a lot of people are going to look up to her, not because of, this Olympic feat. It is the way she conducts herself. That is so important because I know I've seen this girl when she didn't have this kind of a maturity. She would be a little flippant. She would make statements or not make the right, noises. But yes, now even at 22, I think she's already sounding like a full-grown lady.
Right. It's very interesting that you describe this as historic because, of course, it is historic. It's a record for India. But, how does this have a ripple effect when it comes to other young aspiring athletes? I mean, this does, in a certain sense, it spells inspiration and it also spells encouragement for those, who may be battling with their own odds to come to terms with a victory like this.
Yeah, we can't expect people to take up shooting just because of this one girl. No, that won't happen. But yes, the story of Manu Bhaker is inspiring. And that is what needs to be told and retold because that is what you need. I mean, ours is a country starved of champions. We have celebrated all those people who came forth for years, be it Milkha Singh, P.T. Usha, Deepak Karmarkar, and I can just go on and on. But the point is, finishing 4th is still the point is that you haven't won. Because at the end of the day, all your effort is not to come 4th. The whole effort is that you should be among the top 3. And that's what Olympics is all about. We can go gaga over it. We can romanticize the fact that, oh my God, luck didn't favor us and this happened and that happened. Trust me, in sports, I for one, this is my personal view, luck is an element which is an afterthought. When you are making things happen, when you are in the process, you don't think that I need a bit of luck. No, it is only as an excuse. When you win, very few people say that, I was lucky to win. They say, no, I stayed focused, I stayed in the process and so on and so forth. We have heard it a million times. But the point is, let's not hear it again that, luck didn't favor us. Like last night in, hockey, I don't think it was because of luck. We created opportunities, we didn't encash them. So for anyone who's got an inspiring story, I feel that more than anything else, let's not take away anything from the effort that has gone into it, the process. And that is what makes this girl so special. And she deserves every bit of it. I mean, just a few weeks ago, we saw the Indian team return with the trophy, the World Cup trophy. How we celebrated it, be it Bombay, Delhi, just name it. Everybody thought that trophy belonged to them. Yes. Why is it that when we see an Olympic medalist, this is far more difficult. More than 200 countries are in fray. And only those handpicked or those who make the cut make it to the Olympics. So it's not by invitation. It is seriously by, it's entirely based on your form and your ability to be there among the best. So let's celebrate that.
Yes.
And to be among the top 3 and at a young age, not 1 but 2 medals. Trust me, there's so much to be told.
Okay.